Hello, and welcome back to the Coup de Villa channel. I'm Scott Cooper. I'm here with Noah and Tommy, and we are reviewing Aston Villa versus Leeds United Friday night game under lights at the Villa Park. And what a win! It was a frantic game, lots of drama, and we'll be getting into all of that after this. Okay, so yes, we were at Villa Park on Friday night, first game of the weekend in the Premier League, and what a way to start the weekend with 3 points for Villa. Unai Emery's side bouncing back after the disappointment of last week, going out to Stevenage in the FA Cup. And Tommy, I'll start with you. Well, what a start it was. Leon Bailey, a lot of people questioning his spot in the team. And, after the disappointment of the last couple of weeks, he had that chance that he missed at the end against Wolves where he was on the ground crying. But great to see that he bounced back.
Yeah, I think we just put the Wolves game behind us, and he scored a goal to redeem himself. I think I'm going to call him left foot Leon. There was I think he was on the counter and should have given it to Ings if he just lobbed it with his right. There was that other cross to Ollie on the right. I think the ball just got past him, but no, I think he's redeemed himself. And I don't know. I was actually all for him showing emotion, and it was on his weak foot, which we know it's like a 1 out of 10 on his right. So
yeah.
No, he's redeemed himself. I thought he was rapid, great counter. Maybe just quickly touching on the build up to it, like Ashley Young, that crossfield ball, and my dad was watching. Goes, who's that guy? What a first touch, as in Kamara's touch, and calm as nails. I think Buba was man of the match again. But yeah, no, great finish from Leon. That cutting in and putting it in top bins. I mean, that's what he's known for. And second of all, I haven't got a better camera. It's morning here, so it's a little bit brighter in my room.
Yes, it is morning. It's morning here as well. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. We just watched the game. It only finished an hour ago. And Noah, so with the lineup, we had Alex Moreno on the bench, and Luca Digne got injured. He came into the game quite early, and it was a bit sort of rusty at first, I thought, but it sort of really worked into the game, and looks like he could be a solid player going forward for Emery.
I mean, I don't think Emery would sign someone if he didn't back him in. I mean, he's only landed in the country on Wednesday, and he's playing on the Friday night, so credit to him. Obviously, different circumstances with Digne getting injured, and obviously wish him a speedy recovery. But I'll tell you something, I don't remember the last time that Villa had a rapid fullback like Moreno, because he is very quick, and I can't think of one, especially in my time of watching the Villa, that we had a really, really pacey fullback, and he just bombs up and down the flanks, and he could have scored once or twice today if he took those couple of chances. But I mean, a bit scratchy, as you said. It's his first game in England. Leeds are a bit of a physical team. We always kind of go head to head with Leeds. So
yeah,
one of those games that's
it was a frantic game to come into as your first game off the bench. Yeah, it was difficult. I think he took a bit of time to adjust to the pace of the game and just that press that Leeds were putting on. But I think the whole team in that first half sort of struggled after the goal for a while to, compete with that press. But as the game moved on, we sort of got a bit more control.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I think I said in the chat multiple times that we did not play well today at all.
No.
Not, in my opinion, we didn't play well. But these are the wins you need. You have to win ugly. And I think against Brighton, just before the World Cup, we won ugly as well. Because these games under Gerrard, under Smith, we lose these games. We draw them, we bottle it, But to win like this under Emery, you take it. Obviously, I think Kamara by far stand out. I know Bailey got man of the match from Sky Sports, I guess, for the goal that he got. But Kamara is by far the best player on the park for me tonight.
Again,
he's a £100 million player now, wouldn't he be? Like, sure, if someone wants to buy him off Villa, he's a £100 million player.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's definitely, I think he's got the highest ceiling out of our players, maybe Jacob Ramsey, but he's definitely a star for the future. And Tommy, I think going into sort of the later part of the first half, Emi Martinez makes that save.
What a save.
Crucial moment.
Oh, it's funny though. Take the save away. I feel like he's just been a bit out of it. I can't explain it. Just a bit. There was that kind of back pass which gone under his legs. It's just too laxy-daisy, and that's fine. Like, I know that's how he is, and to just go and pull that out of your bag. We know what he's capable of, and incredible save. Game probably saved I think. I think one of the best saves I've ever seen was probably Craig Gordon for Sunderland from point blank range. Just a reflex back in the day. That's probably up there with, could be save of the year for now. I don't know. Just it was point blank, and I don't think anyone else saves it. Yeah, hit his chest. How much he knew about it, but positioning's always great for me.
That's it.
Just want to go back on Kamara. You think about his wages, he's on like 170K a week. We threw big wage because he was a free, and really any player you attribute with those kind of wages, he's probably a 50 million plus player. You don't give 170K a week to someone who's 10 mil, 20 mil, whatever. But then again, I suppose Digne is probably on something close to that. I heard so. Moreno would probably be on half of whatever he is. So yeah.
Well, the question is do you think this is the end for Digne?
Well, I mean, you don't sign a $30 million player to compete with someone, right? And I mean, Moreno already looks better. And like Noah said, he's genuinely quick. He done, I think it was with Ramsey, he's done a first-time pass to Ramsey. And by the time Ramsey's touched it, Moreno's already in front of him. So in about 3-4 steps, he's just galloped, and he can whip a ball in. I think that's the other thing, right? Digne was known for his set pieces and his crossing, but I thought Moreno can probably match that. Plus, he's probably better on the defensive end, and he's quicker, so he's already, probably a bit well ahead of Digne in my books.
Yeah, he's definitely far better defensively. I mean, and he gets his fair share of assists and goals too. And I think like as we said, like he grew into the game and could have scored himself. The
game defining as well. I think his confidence turned after that. It was a couple of turnovers, bit wobbly. After that, I think his confidence started to grow, and that's when he started to go forward a bit. But he tracks back a lot, which I love. Obviously sometimes you bomb forward, you think someone else is going to cover you. Like at least make an effort to get back. So
absolutely. But I think for all your Leeds fans out there, we got to give you credit. I think you probably deserved a draw, maybe even more. And the two moments of the game that they'll probably be talking about, Noah, will be the two potential penalties. What were your thoughts on those?
Oh, I thought if they were given, I'd have been pretty upset they were given. I don't think there's much in either of them. I think, like, for example, the Mings one, I don't think he had to do it, but the bloke was like all over Mings to start with in the first place.
I think the Douglas Luiz one is a penalty. I think Rodrigo gets to the ball there.
If it's given, it's not overturned. That's how I see it. If it's given, it's not overturned.
Sure.
I
think same with both of them, to be fair. But the referee doesn't give them. The linesman didn't waive a foul. So,
but I think Douglas Luiz knows that Rodrigo's probably going to get to that ball. But if he doesn't tug him.
Did Rodrigo go down too easy? I think he did. I think he felt a bit of a nug and goes down.
The thing is, it's not a nudge. I listened to the comment. If it's one arm, okay. Now, the funny thing is, Dougie's got two arms around him, and I don't know, it's caught me his fingernails are white, which means if your fingernails are white, that's when you're applying pressure. So he's clearly putting some serious pressure on him, and it was for about 3 seconds. So you go down if you feel it'll push, but for 3 seconds, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there was some genuine force to bring him down. It probably was a pen, let's be honest. I think had Emery not have been injured, that probably didn't take a lot of the attention away. But I think if Emery was on his line and Rodrigo went down, there's a lot more spotlight on that. So I think Emery being around that area, staying down, I don't know. I just think that kind of interferes. I just think it's just a psychological thing. But look, I mean, VAR and I thought it was a pretty quick review as well. I thought that
very quick,
a little bit longer.
I was just saying, quick, just kick the ball, restart the game, quick. let's get moving.
And giving Leeds some love. Rodrigo was a freaking menace. He just ate our defense up, playing the onside trap. So
that young winger of theirs that assisted the goal, he was unbelievable.
Yonto, whatever his name is.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He was a little whinger the whole game. He's 19. Like, he's going to be.
He's still got heaps of potential. That kid.
But I still think Ashley Young did a good job on him, even though he had his moments. I think that was a really good battle.
But Ashley Young also wound him up a little bit as well. Maybe frustrated.
Young 2 votes today. I said he's not. Oh, young, pun intended, right? He's 38, 39, and Yonto's not an easy player to guard, right? And I don't really, there was one time where Young fouled him towards the end, bit of a silly foul, but probably just, fatiguing a bit. But I thought he'd done exceptional. The ball to Kamara as well. That's, bringing out the old days. My dad goes, who's that? I said, it's Ashley. He goes, Ashley Young. He's 38, right? Because he spent, nearly 10 years at United, whatever, after Villa.
It's crazy to think, like, when he signed from Watford that, in 2023, he'd be playing still. Well, obviously he went to United and Inter, but he'd come back and he was, he'd still be playing. Like as a fullback. It's like, it is bizarre. But what I really like about him, he gives us that sort of that grit, that dark arts, like Emmy as well in goal. I like a bit of that. I like
old school young, right? He played in an era and he come from a very winning team with United, the Carricks and all that, Neville, whatever. He played with them, so he's probably bringing a lot of that back home. So
he's a winner. He's a winner.
That's right. And
he's a winner, but he's also Villa. He's got a bit of Villa blood in him from day one. That's where he made his name. I got a lot of love for Young before he went to United. I remember he hung around for an extra year where he could have justified leaving, but he helped the club. So
he also has probably been one of our better players this season all round. Like if you take the
top 5 for consistency, right? He's not young, so it's, I just think having someone like him there saying to these youngsters like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it, and I think that's the kick up the arse Cash might need, because I do feel Cash got a little bit complacent towards the end of last season.
And I think Cash going forward is that's the issue, and that might be the thing that gives Ashley Young the edge and why Emery's picking him, because he does, as we saw with the first goal, he does have quality. He plays that ball to Kamara, it starts the goal. So, great game from him. But I thought, that there was some, I didn't think Danny Ings played well when he came on. I didn't think Ramsey was really up to speed yet.
Good. I thought he's actually been pretty good now with his last 2 sub appearances. When Meslier fouled him, he dribbles past Meslier, that's probably going to find its way into the back of the net.
Yeah, no, I'm liking the little cameos from Coutinho for sure. I mean, it's a shame that he had such a poor game against Stevenage last week. You'd think that's the kind of game where, he could, and it was a little bit slow, a little bit one pace, a little bit sideways.
He's mentally back, I think he's linked with Corinthians or his hometown, and there's all rumors circulating around that. So, again, I kind of respect that. Like, if you want to leave and you're just mentally not there anymore, but he's still kind of playing a part while he can, I respect that. So, I wish him all the best if he does go, but I thought it was pretty good.
He's not going anywhere, Tommy. He's not going anywhere. I remember we spoke about this like a couple of podcasts ago.
Wait, don't get me wrong. I'd love to.
He put on Instagram saying it was all fake. He never said he wanted to leave.
Yeah, mate, fact takes is not as fake as well.
We had this conversation.
I'm getting older.
Well, look, I think we weathered the storm in that first half, and I think that's a positive sign. We talked a bit about that. It was in the Wolves match. We went 1-0 down in that match, and it could have been 2 or 3, but we seem under Emery to have this sort of grit, a bit of fire. And when the chips are down, we don't throw in the towel like we might have previously. And we got in at halftime, and I think, coming out into the second half, we were much better. We ended up getting the second goal. Nice bit of play from Bailey, and good like following in from Buendia.
When they went to the VAR the first day reviewing, and I'm like, he's on. I'm like yelling at the TV. My dad's like, I go, he's on. And then when I saw the other angle, I was like, he's definitely on. Like, I thought the review was just really being prolonged.
Clearly on, yeah.
I tell you what, though.
Love when
Leeds didn't learn from the first goal. Tim Sherwood was saying in the post game, I watched the post game for a little bit, you cannot let Leon Bailey cut in on his left foot. No. You cannot give him his left foot. Just stand on his left-hand side and make him run to the right.
It's easier said than done, but we're talking, when you're talking in real time, right, you got a second. And you can't let him cut in, but if you're a centre back, you're naturally going to be slower than someone.
I'm saying, like, just don't let him go down. Let him go down the byline. I'd rather, if I was Leeds, I'd rather Leon Bailey shooting on his left or crossing on his right.
But he's too quick, Noah. That's the thing. He's got that first step.
I know.
Time he's already passed you. Like, you can't do shit. I understand.
That's the problem. That's the problem. It's the pace. It's the pace. But you think of someone like Rob N, right? Everyone knew he was going to cut in on his left every single time, but no one could stop him.
Look at his career that he made out of it. And he was playing still into mid-30s of Bayern, like just a madness. So no, I think Bailey's actually starting to justify his price tag, and I love him. Like I really
love Bailey as well. I'm happy for him.
Like I know he cried. Some people giving him stick, but I said, that's passion, and that's what you want, and that's literally how you retaliate.
I think it was disgusting the abuse that he copped for that.
I agree.
Yeah,
the abuse he copped was shocking.
We all make mistakes, and he's probably done more good than bad for the club. And I think we said it in pre-season, right? He was looking like one of our better players, and he's carried that forward into the season.
Well, last season, Tommy, he couldn't get fit. He didn't have a proper pre-season at Villa. And he's come. He was. I know last season different. Like everyone wants to see Leon Bailey. Every time he got in the field, he got injured. But has he missed a game, touch wood, to injury this season? I don't think he has.
No,
I think he's been fit all season.
Maybe just occasional substitute for Ings if they go Watkins and Ings. But yeah, no, not from memory.
Yeah, which is it's good to see for someone that is so injury prone.
I think he went to overdo it though at one point. I think it was a second half where
he did
2, and then like you should have just given it to Ramsey. And I didn't think Ramsey was the best. I thought Dougie was actually quite poor.
Yeah,
some really undisciplined tackles, and I mean
he was slipping over and stuff. It was really weird.
And I'm surprised that Dendoncker hasn't been played with Kamara.
Well, the problem is Dendoncker was awful last week. I think that was his chance.
Confidence thing though, like you play sometimes lower teams, you're going to drop to that level. I know it's easier done, but Stevenage, of course we went in there. Like I saw the squad we fielded, I saw the loss. I was like, fuck. Like
Dendoncker wasn't even on the bench tonight.
Yeah, so if he's not a Emery player, maybe Emery just has this fetish for South Americans, honestly. Like goes and signs Moreno. We're linked with that guy Danilo, I think, from Palmeiras. I don't know if he's any good, but we're linked with him. I think the biggest talking point, it's so obvious, like this team is just shouting for a prolific goal scorer. Like, just someone that we know, like when they're playing, you're just going to be dangerous. Like centre backs need to do their homework on him, whatever. Like Watkins works hard. A lot of them know, like anything in the box, probably not going to go in. Ings, a little bit different, but then he hasn't got the work rate of Watkins, and we don't need a Haaland or someone that's going to score and they run a bit more. But yeah, I think this team's just calling for a prolific score. I think a lot of our goals are coming from outside of the forwards.
Who would you go for, Tommy? If you could sign,
we've got 40 million, 50 million to spend on a forward, I reckon. So
who would you, if you could scream for one name, realistically? Obviously,
what about Jared Moreno from Villarreal?
I was thinking about that, but I think he's a little bit.
Well, he's not really a striker. He's more a winger.
He's the Bailey player in Emery's system.
You know who I still don't mind? I know he's that Jonathan David in France.
I would go for what's his name? At Leverkusen.
Who
is it?
Schick?
Is it Patrick Schick?
Patrick Schick, yeah, the guy.
That's someone who I'd go for potentially.
Alan's second cut, whatever that. He's the Swede, sorry.
Yeah, he's not Swede.
No, he's Czech.
He's Czech Republic. Yeah, but he's someone that I would look at potentially.
Yeah. What about we'll link with that He Kang Yin, whatever it is, the Asian guy from Mallorca? But apparently he's a freak, the South Korean.
That's kind of that. Those rumors really dropped down over the last couple of days. I think everything has, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dan Juma has come back a bit, that rumor.
I just don't think we need Dan Juma.
Yeah.
Are we still in for Pau Torres? Because we were very active and then it just dropped off apparently. Oh, Guendouzi is the other one.
Yes, Guendouzi. That would be a good signing.
Oh, the last play we signed from Marseille has actually turned out pretty good. So
not the one before though.
No.
We love Marseille players.
Was that from Marseille?
Yeah.
Who?
Sanson. Redemption song at the moment.
Yeah,
well, I'm happy for him. I hope he gets 4 minutes.
He's actually a ball winner and a bit of a bulldog. So I actually put him in over Dougie. I know it sounds silly, but he just needs a run of minutes, and he must be so frustrated. He knows.
He didn't cover himself in glory on the goal.
I was backing him in to get there as well, and when he got in front, I thought, "You beauty, Sanson's going to block it."
And of course, enemy number one at Villa Park gets the goal for Leeds and gives us a nervy last 10 minutes. It had to be Bamford, but we hung on, and huge points. And if you look at the run of games we've had since Emery, came in, and if you had said we'd get 16 points from 24, people would have laughed in your face, I think. But it's been an amazing sort of turnaround. Yes, there's been disappointments in there like Stevenage last week, but really. Yeah, we got to focus on the league and focus on the bread and butter. Right, and
I got a stats.
Focus on the league, but that is an embarrassing loss.
I know it's embarrassing.
Like, you look at our sub team, and I'm not discredit to Stevenage. Congrats on the win, but that is embarrassing. Like
it can happen though, because these teams like Stevenage are flying high in League Two. They're full of confidence.
That's the magic of the cup, as I said, right?
But it shouldn't happen. You're right.
No, but anyway, well, that's the problem, right? Also, what about Archer? Give the kid a run, man.
He's gone out on loan.
Yeah.
Why didn't we ever give him a run? Like, he's got so much talent.
Well, now that Watkins is potentially injured, like, it didn't look that bad. I reckon maybe a week or so.
I reckon it's just a stinger.
I love Emery, but I wonder if that's maybe the end of a lot of our youth. I'm just worried. I don't know. Like
A lot of our youth.
love-
He likes youth.
I know Smith loved him. I'd love to see what happens with a Rogan bum when he comes back.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he put Ramsey straight back in the team when he was fit. So
he's not like youth. He's kind of established in the first 11. So
yeah, fair enough.
Villa boy, you always get a bit of preference and love, right?
I got a bit of a stat.
Here he is, the Noah stat attack.
So this is actually from Sky Sports Stato on Twitter. So the most points in the Premier League since Unai Emery's first game. This is the top 5. Fulham with 12 points.
Wow.
Liverpool with 12 points. United with 12 points. Arsenal with 13 points. And Villa with 13 points.
Wow.
So it's crazy how things are turning around.
I think we just top because of the name. That's I think we just top Arsenal.
Yeah, I think so. But it's crazy.
And we got Southampton away next Saturday. They're bottom of the league.
Have we got Chelsea anytime soon?
I know. I was thinking that. By the time we play them, they'll probably be good again.
Did you see Sky Sports put out their run of losses? And they put their mid-season game against us as a loss in their stato, in their stat. Like, what? It doesn't matter.
I hate those kind of stats. That's like saying
in 2007 they lost to Wigan in the FA Cup.
That's like saying Italy haven't won a World Cup match since 2010 or something or whatever. They weren't in the last 2 World Cups. Of course they haven't. That's crazy, But anyway.
That's all love and banter.
That's it. The Leeds fans on Twitter tonight are spicy. And
Scott is loving the Leeds fans on Twitter at the moment. It's funny.
I can't wait till this goes up. Watching, I remember, was it the Newcastle fans when they were on the podcast?
And the Wolves one from last season.
Oh, mate.
No, it's hilarious. But
make sure you give more credit to Leeds though, because as I said at the start of the podcast, we got lucky tonight. I think we did. Martinez with 2. Was it 2 or 3 massive saves? I know he made 2 massive saves. He was
over the line when he come to pick up the ball once. I don't know if anyone saw that.
It was close. Yeah, but I think he was just
the ball was still in play though. Doesn't matter about his feet. The ball's still in play.
And the second save, the one from the Gnonto, the one where he tried to curl into the top corner, that's a better save than it looks because
blindsided, I reckon.
And I think it's the footwork of Emmy that makes it look comfortable, because he sort of reads where he's going to go, and he makes it look sort of comfortable in the end. But that was going top corner, and you could tell by Nyonto's reaction
he thought it was in.
He thought he scored, yeah. So
and deservedly so. We have an absolutely incredible keeper, Martinez. I think not many keepers in the Premier League would have saved that tonight. They would have made both those saves, which is incredible.
And that's given us the 3 points in the end. I mean, so
I was going to say, I just got a little random thing from a guy called Steve Kovacs. It was on the Tottenham thing. I forgot to bring it up. I wasn't on the last one. I'll be busy. I don't know. Maybe you guys know this. So I didn't know, I was talking about bums on seats and that. So I'm just going to go back and thank him for bringing it up. So apparently we've got 25,000 people in the queue for season tickets next year. That's pretty good. So, round of applause to the Villa faithful.
We've always had a waiting list for season tickets. It's crazy.
Yeah, but 25,000, that's awesome.
We could sell out a 65,000 seater stadium.
Absolutely.
It is funny though when I see money spent in the last decade, and where somehow they would Barca, Real. So we've been
Everton as well. Everton are right there.
We've been relegated. We've been through it all. Everton haven't. We've been through a world. We win the championship for 3-4 years.
It's been a crazy few years, absolutely. And we could have got relegated that one year.
Good on Fulham as well, man.
Thanks to goal line technology.
Hey.
Don't
we? VAR, my lord, VAR.
Credit to Fulham just defying gravity right now. Good on them. I just wonder if it's one of those fairy tale runs in next season. It's just what you expect.
Like Sheffield United.
Oh man. Oh no. Hull City years ago. Remember they were top 6 or something, and then they just dropped off. I think they ended up getting relegated the following year.
Hull City.
Yeah, there's always one that sort of surprises, and
Hard, mate.
Well, last season or two, whatever it was, Sheffield United were they finished top half.
They I think 7th or something, maybe.
Yeah, and then they finished rock bottom the next season. So you got to be careful. Second season syndrome is real in the Premier League.
Absolutely. And Leeds, the similar story. Their first year up, they did quite well, and then the last couple, it's been relegation battles, and it looks like Jesse Marsch could be in trouble. Maybe we've put the final nail in his coffin. I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I don't think. I think he'll get a little bit longer.
I think they're bottom 3, and Leeds aren't afraid to pull the trigger. Though,
No,
don't
they're not bottom 3 yet. They're 2 points outside. So apparently, if all results go against them, they will be bottom 3.
But they haven't won in 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a bad run for Jesse Marsch, and you know, I'm happy about it. You know, so let's go.
That's all right. As long as Villa keep winning, I don't care.
That's it. That's it.
2.0.
But I will say the Southampton game at St Mary's, we normally are very bad at St Mary's.
Terrible.
I think we've won one game there recently, which was the Ross Barkley winner in the COVID season.
Yeah.
When he was flying high for Aston Villa, Ross Barkley. So it is a bit of a banana skin game at St Mary's. We can go there and put a clinic on because
Do you start your startings?
Who depends if Watkins is fit or not. That's the only thing. But I will say it's a big game.
I know.
It's a big game because
I mean, Danny Ings, you know, his former team, so maybe that'll fire him up. Who knows?
It also fires that because they absolutely hate him.
That's it. And
they hate him. I don't know, because he left us because he wants to try to play Champions.
You know, like he's not the one with the gun to his head. You know, it's the agent pulling the strings most of the time.
Yeah, but they were like they really rip into him every time you play them. So
I think they felt at the time that it was like maybe like a step down or a sideways movement, but like, come on,
really,
come on.
I think we just, I don't know.
Yeah, I had James Ward-Prowse's 5-year contracts looking at the moment that he signed.
Oh, yeah, mate.
If they go down, mate, sponsorship's a little bit tighter.
Yeah, we'll score lots of free kicks in the championship.
He definitely would.
All right, well, let's wrap it up there. And before we do, let's do our predictions for Southampton. Noah?
I'm going to go a 2-0 Villa win. I think we'll just do kind of an easy sort of run through. I'm going to go a Leon Bailey, and I'm going to go a Jacob Ramsey.
Oh man, reading my mind.
Tommy?
I'm going 4-0. I'm going for the joke. I think we're gonna nail the coffin for Southampton, and I think Ings will start, and I think he's just gonna run rampant. Honestly,
so he'll score 4.
I think Bailey will get 2, and I think Ings will get 2. Honestly, I think he's just a game like this he'll need it, and Ings is the prolific scorer that will rise to the occasion. And I just think we'll dismantle them. I think they've been very weak in defense, and after today, you know, I mean, like just our midfield, our forward line. I think Moreno will actually have a really good game against Southampton. So okay. I think we're going to go for it.
I'll say 1-0. I'll be a little bit more cautious, but you know, I think we'll play maybe a little bit more with a low block and you know, kind of try and break on the counter attack, and maybe Leon Bailey will get another one. I think that was probably one of our biggest issues in that first half is how do we play through the high press, and I think Leeds at times made us look quite sloppy and slow on the ball because you know, we weren't getting those passes together. That's why Kamara is such a huge impact for us, because he plays it first time quickly every time.
One thing, I don't know if anyone saw it, he had the player coming up and he's just like done a pirouette and turned and he just left him for dead. And it's like I said, the good players have that time on the ball.
Well, it's all about body positioning when you receive the ball, knowing like being able to look and see as much as the ground as possible, and you know, sort of knowing where that next pass is going to go.
I really would love Guendouzi. I think he's a revitalized player at Marsch. I think about going to get him. I don't think 30, no way. So I've heard that they're waiting for Villa's bid, and Villa, they're smart. I think we're negotiating like, what do you want? So it saves everything back and forth.
And he was good. He was good at Arsenal. The only problem was he had that meltdown match. I think it was Brighton where he got sent off and then kicked off with started like throwing punches and stuff, if I remember right. Or he got physical, but and he like basically got forced out of the club after that. So you know, we'll take him for sure. And
he's a tough nut with a good pass on him, so I think that's a really good player. But then, you know, Sanson could just turn it around all of a sudden, so who knows?
I hope so.
You've been saying that for a while.
We all have.
Could possibly be part of the transfer, maybe as a make weight.
No.
We could have a Marseille midfield 3.
Hey, bring Payet.
Payet's finished. Not going to come back to the Prem.
We'll get back. Who was the left back from
Amavi,
Marseille?
Jordan
Yeah,
Amavi.
Amavi. Yeah.
Yeah, Amavi back.
He was
Mate,
good, man. He was part of a shit team.
He was unreal in a shit scene. Then he got injured, I think, in the
So good on
Premier League.
both feet. I loved him.
And then he gave us a season in the Championship, which was good by him.
Yeah,
Jordan Amavi, good player.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks again for all watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that
almost
note.
500 subs.
Yep, and please try and get us to 1,000 by the end of the season. That's our goal. I think we can do it. Please let your friends know. Hit that notification bell. Let us know. Let you know every time we put a video up, and lots more content coming. There's plenty of games coming thick and fast. So up the Villa, we're going for those European places, baby. Let's go. Come on.
Woo!
Up the Villa. See you next week.
See you
Catch
later.
up.